Hello, regular scum. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Sloss and Humphreys on the road. We are still in Sydney. This might be the last one we do together for a while. You getting this late, actually, because we've recorded this.
This is coming out on Monday.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And then we're doing the live podcast for Thursday.
Oh, understood.
Tell them.
We're doing the live podcast on Monday. You should come to that. Where is it?
It's on Sunday.
It's on Sunday. All right.
Do you want to do this intro again?
No, I think it's perfect. We've got a podcast on Sunday. Yous are all coming. In this podcast, the one you're currently about to consume, we speak about lots of sex stuff. You can tell we've been away from our loved ones for a bit. I should have just said partners. Should have just said partners, to be honest with you. I don't think it matters that he's away from his dog, but I'm away from my son. It's not where we're getting horny. It's not this. I mean, it's all right. I don't know. I genuinely don't know why we do these, but here they are. Enjoy the episode. Sloss and Humphreys on the road.
Muggins and Cream, Cream and Muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
Are we in the same seats?
That's hack.
Ah, muggles.
Accidental rib job in the park.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Or am I just being cynical?
Muggled it up on fucking Mugglepedia.
Where have you been since 9/11?
I'm all nice and clean.
I'm not. I'm scruffy.
Oh yeah?
Aye. I've not showered today. I did put shoes on.
I like your new trainers.
Thanks, man. Put the shoes on just in case there's any feet freaks out.
Yeah,
feet freaks. Have you not got shoes on?
Nah,
you should do it. You can't be giving that shout out for free, man.
Elliot Steele has been not selling it because he hasn't been
Well
getting
done
money.
you for the first time in this podcast's fucking history for having any measure of restraint for your friend's privacy.
Matthew, editing Elliot Steele. You made a wish list?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because somebody was, I don't know, saying, yeah, you can make wish lists on Amazon, and that's what people who, like some sex workers do, is people who work on OnlyFans, and just, you know, people to be like, you know what, I'm home, people will buy shit for me, fuck yeah, that's the life.
I interact with him.
Aye.
And one of our friends has been giving pictures of his feet.
Yeah.
The dude's to wank over for...
You don't know it's to wank over.
I looked at his wish list.
I mean, if it's not, it's a massive waste of money. Like, what are you?
Aye.
So I'm trying to be less judgmental, just so I've
We also keep your feet away. Your feet tucked in, are you?
Well, yeah, I'm not giving it away for free.
Are you just like... like hiding your boobs when someone walks in?
That is actually selfish of me, because I do always say, it's
really sound.
It's really sound when women don't wear bras in the same way I imagine it's dead sound to gay men and straight women when
White linen trousers with a thong on. Sound to you that.
Aye, that's
proper
nice.
sound to you.
I imagine the other equivalent is like a big cock in sweatpants. I know, so I snooze.
Or having the meat and two veg on the go.
Aye, good bands.
I've been doing that for your mum and dad in my pyjamas this week.
Mm-hmm.
My cock and balls rattling around in my pyjamas like.
I mean,
I've had
rattling's a big word.
Rattle around.
Rattling's a big word.
Fucking fizzing about the place. Bouncing off the walls.
Fizzing like a fucking
Getting everyone's
sailor.
attention. Psst, psst, down here. Psst, down here. Keep seeing him out, looking, glancing. Your dad. Who? So funny. We're playing.
What would my dad do with it?
We're playing a game of what's it called? Doomsday.
We're doomed.
We're doomed. And the thing was to get onto the ship, right? But like, there's only a certain amount of space on the ship, so you've got to gain influence to be the first one on, or you've got to like fuck someone over to make it less seats, so you move up the pecking order. And me and your ma like totally engineered it, because we're just like, well, the species needs to reproduce, so there needs to be me on the ship with you, Leslie, right? Because you can't reproduce with your sons. No. But like, we totally disregarded that your dad was there. We're like, oh, there was another option. There was totally another option. You could have reproduced with the man who you've already reproduced with.
It's like that fucking hunting thing, man.
Just outrageously flirting with your mum in front of your dad. We got on the ship together.
Aye. It's just safe, because I'll never flirt with your mum.
Never. Who's?
Flirt with your dad, though. If I could talk him into bed.
Aye, do you reckon you could? Do you reckon you could woo me dad? Do you reckon you could make him try new things?
Fuck, right, so obviously your mum's dead. Your mum's dead in this scenario. There's no other way.
They straightened at the funeral.
No, but I do. That is when I start spending more time with him. that's when I'm just like, I'll start. I was just in the area. He was like, "You're just in the area." I was like, "Cool, okay." And then when I'm not there, we play Call of Duty together a lot. I get him to open up about his feelings.
And every time like you get to kill, you put your hand on his lap, so it reinforces it positively. He just remembers that feeling of elation from getting a kill with you touching him. So you just like
I'm not like a fucking, what's the
NLP, yeah, NLP and me dad.
Fucking
absolutely strosing me dad. You're fucking strosing the shit out of me dad. You're gaming him.
Nah. I'd do it honourably.
And you know, he probably hasn't been flirted with in a long time. You know, he's been married for a while. He works in an all-male workforce.
He's just been there like 2 weeks after me just moving in, and us just having a wee Latin party all the time while he's still grieving. He's like, I do wonder why he only lets me watch that one episode of Last of Us. Like that's because it's good. I like the show, but I do feel like I need to watch the episodes around it just for some context or whatever.
Yeah.
But watch it night time.
Would you start listening to the same music as him and that?
What should I listen to?
Like prog rock. Yes. Rush.
Oh,
Camel.
I only know of Rush through like jokes about Rush.
And also Ready Player One, if you've read.
I have.
Ready Player One. Like a lot of, like he was clearly a massive Rush fan. I get that closer.
No. Yeah, I would. Oh, well, how much?
What did you do with Cara? Would she be in on it?
Yeah, I think she'd find it funny.
Be like, look, hear us out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fuck Kai's dad.
Aye, just 'cause I'm bored of a flirt with my mum, Cara. Come on. And you and him flirt all the time. I can't fucking stand.
I kind of flirt with Natalie.
Yeah, no, that's...
It would be so clunky if you and Natalie were flirting. It would be so fucking clunky.
What do you mean?
I don't know how. Like, they're both charming people. They've both got game, you know? Like,
Aye.
I just don't know why he's like too fucking, like, no offense of a magnet.
I love your wife.
I don't know if you're just pure sister zoned.
Yeah, and vice versa. Like it's not a one-way street. We love each other. We care for each other. Like man, I could spend a week with Natalie and have you not be there, and me and her would have
felt
a
that
good
bum when you kissed for the camera, and I think you must have vomited for hours afterwards.
Yeah, it's all. It is. It's a real genuine like sisterly. Like
Aye.
It's not like revulsion as in she disgusts me, but just the thought of it, like being romantic with her.
Would you look away if you saw my wife naked?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah. Or I think she'd be okay with it because like she'd be like, oh, this is doing nothing for him.
It's like having like fucking one of my pals there.
Yeah.
Like being in the dodgeball
like I don't know.
dressing room with Julie.
I don't think I'd care if Natalie saw me naked because I'd like man, that would just be like her looking at a fridge.
Should be like the make them and them sizes.
What? No. I could get your mum. If we're being real, I could get your mum.
You could pull me mum.
Aye. Again, dead dad situation. But
and just like make her feel young again.
Aye.
I don't know, like
No.
maybe he could, I don't know. I think he'd enjoy the patter.
Pretend to enjoy yours. I'd practice on the more potent strain of the disease. How's your shit book?
I'm getting into it now.
Aye.
You know what? There was a little glimpse of my foot there. It was problematic for a little bit because, right.
Kept saying the R word.
I've got to be careful how with this because it's problematic for a bit, and then I was about to announce that it's a gay couple. That's not what's problematic.
Well, that's right? What you said.
No. They've been together for 5 years and married. Been together for 5 years, then got married, and they've been married for 5 years, totaling 10 years in total, right? And then it said that he come preloaded with a 9-year-old, and then there was a modern, like a current timeline part of the book where his mum was baking cakes with a boy, right? But that would be 10 years on from when he was 9. But it was like all, I baked the cakes and Grandma did the icing, and like she helped him wash his hands. And I'm like, that's a 19-year-old dad. So I'm just waiting to find out if he's got
like
needs.
You think he's been hit in a car accident. Was he fine when he came preloaded?
It didn't really make it all clear. So I'm just like, is there something up here? And then it turned out the boy's 15, which that also doesn't add up.
Gays age differently, though.
But he's a straight boy.
What do you think? How's that possible? Two gay guys made him.
Well, they didn't make him.
What?
I'm just discovering where he came from, actually. I think it was from his sister who died. It's like revealing bit by bit. But I just think they got the maths on the age fucked up. And I'm there going, is it me? And I flicked back and I was like preloaded with a 9-year-old. 5 years together, then 5 years married. 15 years old. And I'm like, this doesn't add up. And you said to me, like, it's got to be you. And
That's 100%
an
you.
editor wouldn't let that slide.
Aye.
And then I got to the point when it had when I in the space was missing.
When?
Capital I, all one word. Editor missed that. So
they do, yeah, but I feel like they like that's an editor like missing typos is different from glaring plot holes. Like,
so I might have got it wrong, but I checked and double checked and you know what? Story's good.
Is it?
The story's good. They've got a situation at the minute where I got it wrong actually because he's 15 current time, but it flashes back a year. It's all confusing. So he's 14 at this 1 year flashback, right? And he's fucking a sixth former who's 18. The girl that he's fucking, so them as the two dads are like, she could get into a lot of trouble for this. And they're all like, if it was the other way around, if that was your fucking daughter going with an 18-year-old lad, you'd be fucking ratting him out straight away. So he's getting abused, but like, they're like, he doesn't seem too abused by it. So like they're going into the fucking quandary of that. Like by law, it's abuse. But where do you stand on that? If you were a 14-year-old lad and 18-year-old lass wanted to rattle you, I wouldn't feel abused like when I was 14. Well, but if it was me child, I'd be like, stop that immediately, what the fuck?
Well, I think it would, I think...
And if it was the other way around, I'd get the police involved.
Aye.
So there is like, it's a good fucking philosophical quandary.
No, I think it's like...
How would you parent it if Kaelin at 14 was getting rattled by an 18-year-old lass?
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't be all right with it. Like, regardless if he was like, but I'm so cool, I'd be like, buddy, that's not, this is a very important development part of your life.
It's fucked up.
And also, if she's 18, that means, like, in woman years, wisdom-wise, she's 25. He's a 14-year-old boy. That means he's 6. You sick fuck. Just mentally.
And it's like the character he is, he's like a really fucking advanced 14-year-old as well. Like, he's really well read. And he's really into cooking and not like, oh, he has to do the chores, it's his turn to cook. Like, he's really fucking into cooking. He's just like, and he's a lovely lad. And he's just like, wait on, I'm just having a fucking good time fucking this lass. And he's like, he's quite thinking about it. And I'm like, it's so fucking morally wrong. But he doesn't seem abused by it. But it is a work of fiction. Maybe he's like, it fucks you up when you grow up. Like, the 18-year-olds weren't fucking me when I was 14.
Nah.
But so you don't know what damage that's going to do.
And you weren't even getting any offers.
Huh?
Not even a snifter.
When was the first time I went with someone older than us? Once.
What had you done sexually at the age of 14?
Necked on with lasses.
I think it was...
Snogging.
I don't think it's gone much further.
Like feeling boobs on school trips, like on top of the clothes.
Oh, aye.
Aye. Like, the girls that were first getting boobs, I give them a shot.
Just offering them out, just
I'll give them a blast. Aye. I'll give you conkers.
Just like ring, like.
If you're collecting conkers, I'll give you all the conkers if I can feel your tits. Lost a lot of conkers that summer. Autumn sport. I'd saved them for fucking 9 months.
I think I must have kissed a girl at 14.
If I was 14, right, if I remember who I was at 14, right, if an 18-year-old from sixth form when I was 14, because you'd look at them lasses.
But in my head, I don't think there was any 18-year-olds. Right? I think like
if any of them led me by the hand back to the house after school, right, and fucked us, and then...
But let's remember what you look like at the age of fucking 14. Like, what she's doing is a crime.
But not on me. It's a fucking gift to me, that.
Sinister afoot. It's like, if she's going back to fuck, it's how could you not understand?
Mate, I remember when I was 14, I was going into the fucking shop nervous as shit to buy fucking FHMs and Loaded and all that and using them as porn mags. Pamela Anderson in the fucking Loaded magazine, that shoot, the fucking one with Christina Aguilera in the swimming pool. holy fuck, man. If a lassie in that fucking year of my life, like a woman, took his yam and rattled us, and then my dad fucking rang the police, I'd fucking ring the police on them for cock blocking. It's different the other way around. It's different the other way around. I lock her up, but like in a bit, let us have a couple more runs. Like, she's a beast. She needs stopping, but like, just let it run a bit.
Just let more damage happen. Leave me on fire. The scars will look cool.
Nobody did that to us when I was younger.
No.
I was when I lost my virginity, it was 2 16-year-olds.
You lost your virginity to 2 16-year-olds?
I was 21. I mean a 16-year-old. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe her pussy wasn't on the front.
Oh man, yeah, right.
I was like, what the fuck? Tell her what doing there? How am I going to get in? I thought we'd just plug together. Just fucking forwards us.
First time I figured ago, we were drunk at a house party, and I was in
rubbing a hill for 15 minutes.
I remember going down because, like, their belts are like up here, and you're like belly button. You're like, okay, here we go, right? That's surely, this is where something starts.
Aye.
Like, okay, but for what the fuck? Where? What? It's practically on the back.
Aye.
It's like it's
It's underneath. Like a mechanic.
Feels like if they pee standing up, it would go that way.
Aye.
No way it trickles down their legs. No fucking way. Definitely Jetsons out the back.
That's why I sit down.
That's why they sit down. Otherwise,
Stand up the piss if they come at the front. Right, we need to get that fixed immediately. Get a dragon's dead. Just move pussies like run a bit. Just below the belly button.
aye.
Give them a big gooch.
What, between the belly button and the...
Give them a gooch between
Where
them.
is the ideal point for the vagina for you?
I mean, where it is, really. I hadn't thought it through, but at the time I was confused.
Oh, okay. So it's... Now you understand.
Because, like, a cock does go upwards. It does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I hadn't...
Yeah.
'Cause you know what? I didn't have internet porn
No.
when I was that age.
Do you not get sex education?
But, like, I was just trying to make jokes.
You weren't paying attention to...
Not really, nah.
Yeah. The teacher didn't
I
get
was
you in
just
any
giggling.
positions.
I was giggling.
Aye.
The PE teacher just used me as just like examples and all that. Had us like fucking hitched on his legs, and I'm just like, that's perfect. Look at this. Doing cock blockers. In cock blockers when I'm having a great time. Let it rain out a little bit. Yeah, I can't mind. Like I've fucking learned a lot about sex in the cold face. I learned doing the main me. With fucking head torch on.
Aye. I wonder... I'm trying to think if there's anything else that fucking freaked me out the first time.
I had some really rough blowjobs. Like, my first couple of blowjobs were naughty.
Mm-hmm. And when do you think you were going to it?
There's some real toothy with me. Early blowjobs were really toothy, like, but I managed to just wrap my lips around them. There was a last. I was at this fucking social occasion at the Golden Eagle, and me and this lass had been necking on, and we went round the back of, you know, when like estates have got like these just fucking random like brick houses that have got like, I don't know if it's something to do with the gas or the electrics. It's like the fucking mains for the estate, and they're just like locked up, and they've got like signs on. It was like that far from the allotment wall. And it was like, we've discovered as a place of privacy where I fucking went in, and she started like giving us a blowjob there, and I'm just sat down, and it's gravel on the thing, right? And she took me cock out of my mouth and went to readjust herself to get comfortable, but she had a hand on my cock and just grated it against the gravel like that. And I just remember like screaming. It even went ahead with a blowjob, and it was just fucking sore all the way from the blowjob.
Fucking bet, man.
It made, when I got home, like in the cool light of day, when I sobered up and that, fucking had a couple of little chunks grazed due to me bell end.
Did you go back and find them?
What?
Did you go back to find them?
Stuck to my shoe. The bottom of my shoe. I grazed my belly and that was naughty that. One of my first ever blowjobs and fucking grated me cock off the gravel.
Yeah, no, they're not. Well, but then again, like, man, all sex up until you're in your 20s is shite. Because you're fucking other teenagers. Like, of course, you're all bad at it.
And also, that God bless them lasses.
Which ones?
The ones that give us my first experiences.
Aye.
Like someone with completely no experience and they're just like, oh, well, then let's figure it out.
Go on then.
Let's figure that out.
Let's experiment on each other. But I'm like most of my skin's in the game. Let's be honest. Like I've got the most.
I've got too much skin in the game.
Aye. Well, you got too much skin in me, which means I've got the most skin in this. Do you think you could?
Can you remember the first time you like went with a hot lass?
Yeah, I'm marrying her. all before then, all munters, hundreds of munters. No. What do you mean? Like first time I look?
Because you had them experiences I'm talking about.
Aye.
There was no quality control on it. Get what you're given.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God bless those lasses. But like the first time that you feel like you're like properly punching up.
God, it must have been in my 20s. Maybe it was the first Sweden tour. I remember the first time a Swedish woman fucked me. I was like, what could possibly be in this for you? That's when I probably started being like, hold on, let's hear this feminism thing out. Because I was just there for 2 weeks and they love shagging. And they say that's got to do with it. So I'm listening. That was one in the special where the girl came up to me and she was like, what do I have to say to get you into bed?
That.
And you're like, fucking bingo.
I remember the first time I got with a really hot lass. I went with her for like 5 years. Even though we weren't that compatible.
Yeah.
I was just like, bank.
Save.
Bank. Save game. Save game.
It's not going to get any better than this.
We're always rowed. Didn't get along.
Yeah, I remember my first on once. Not always the best.
No.
Nah. That's why I think this is true for it anyway. Like I think the hotter you are, the worse you are at sex. Mm-hmm. Because the other person is just enjoying having sex with you, like visually. It's got nothing to do with it. It's like it's all this stimuli. If you're a fucking rotter, in order to like guarantee that you're getting some more sex, you got to make sure that you give this person a good time. And I reckon they've got lots of fuck buddies.
Do you think the more thirsty someone is online, the less they're good in bed?
Oh, I don't think there's a fair measure for that. I think like sometimes it can certainly be a facade, like a way of, expose, pretending to be confident and stuff, and covering up for low self-esteem and stuff. But then again, I do think there are people online be like, man, if you turned up, I would suck your... Man, that's what Grindr is. Like, there are horny people online, but they are just mostly blokes. Mm. Not that there's no horny women out there, but horny women online are like, oh, well, we can just make money off of all these horny men and then win.
Aye. But men are just, like, bouncing around off each other.
Oh, no, man. I mean, fucking, our friends getting fucking sweet stuff for his feet pics.
Aye, so yeah.
Like, so it's out there. It's just how much you're willing to sell yourself for.
Dangerous road to go and doing that, like selling pictures of your feet for whatever PlayStation games.
Man, I always said to I said to Gareth, I said to all my female friends, I'm like, man, if you were to just make money selling your underwear online, all of you could make an extra 15,000 because gross men are gross. I get why you don't because I understand the idea that it could feel a little bit violating, even though none of it's violation, it's all above board. I can feel like you're
inviting the wrong sort into your life as well. There's people who are capable of stalking you.
You're also just fucking posting.
There's people who are capable of having a psychological relationship with you in your head, even though you don't know them. You're like putting your family in a little bit of harm's way. If you start selling your knickers in your bathwater.
Only if you put a fucking return address on it. There's safety measures you can do. You just don't take pictures of your feet, in front of landmarks, street signs, your bills. Just, make it a neutral place. Make sure your panties don't have some sort of I don't know. How would Sherlock Holmes would be able to? There are people out there that would be able to be like, she's from Luton. That's a Luton girl near the airport.
All right, I just have it for note. There you are. Get that doing you, slut.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's for people who've got foot fetish. That's just giving away for free. I think it's a kind thing to do. It's altruism. For fucking freaks though. Not being judgmental. They're normal human beings who have a freaky fucking foot.
What's your kink?
Feet. What's my feet? Oh, I like, no loss of power. Like that's the opposite of that. Like Dom. Like, I do not like, man.
You don't like being submissive?
Man, there's nothing you could do to fucking tie me up. I trust Cara with my fucking life. If she were to come near me with some handcuffs, I'd throw her out of a window.
Honestly.
Oh, man, not interested. Not even a little bit.
I've never been interested in tying up or being tied up.
I don't think I...
Like, if somebody, like, if that lady wanted that, I'd be like, fucking crack on.
Aye.
Like, you do you, ties up, or I'll tie you up, whatever, if you wanted it, but, like, because it hasn't come up, I haven't bothered.
Oh, man, I am so grateful to all of the women in my 20s who had frequent sex with me, because a lot of them were fucking freaks and were just like, let's explore and do things. And you're like, all right, let's learn on each other.
So you found out what you liked and what you didn't.
Aye.
And you just like all that vanilla stuff.
It's fun how, like, I know I'm not a fucking freak, because even though I'll do it, like, when it comes to choice, just give me good old fashioned sex, buddy. Just give me a burger and Coke, please. Like that.
Regular fries.
Yeah, no ketchup, just straight in. I'm very plain. But maybe I think maybe that's a good thing. Maybe like your freaky sex life with your partner comes in later on when, that's where Spice It Up comes from. We were like, all right, we've had kids, the kids are people now, they're off at school and things. Let's rediscover each other, and also, I'm not going anywhere, so hoorah.
Lights on or off?
On. Absolutely. God is hot as fuck. I want to look at the whole thing all the time.
The visual.
Absolutely.
Natalie's more like dimly lit, like you can't see a thing, basically.
Aye.
And feel it. And I'm like, I've got no visual imagination, so I'm just fucking fumbling under the pitch blackness here. Fucking light this shit up.
Marco, who's Marco?
Fuck is Marco?
Yeah, no, definitely lights.
We have to take turns.
Definitely lights on. Like, you can be dimly lit, but got to see. I think.
Aye. I want to see what she's had for dinner. I like really clinical lighting. The big light on. Yeah, not that bad.
I always really enjoyed. There's something to be said for absolutely disgusting, stanky, hungover sex.
Aye.
Where it's literally like, look, we need a dopamine hit, right? And you're there, and we're both still naked from the night before. I'll be as quick as possible.
I think it's funny that if, like, they're sweaty from the gym or something like that, they've just had a workout, and then they're like, oh no, I didn't touch this, I'm sweaty. You're like, that's for you, that. I couldn't give less of a fuck.
Aye.
I don't give a fuck if you're stanking.
Well, I think, I don't know, man. I know how stanky my ass gets in the gym.
Oh yeah, like if I'm smelly,
Aye.
like I understand that.
Aye.
But like if she's like, oh, I've been sweating, I like that.
Oh no, I think if Cara was being like, you do not want to go down there, I'll be like, all right, baby, I trust you.
But what about like saunas or steam rooms out there? You're sweaty in there, but is that like a clean version?
I don't think it's clean. You have to shower after you come out of the sauna. There's no way it's clean. Like, that definitely cleans you, but you gotta.
Because we had a sauna at the sports centre.
Aye.
So when I was in with my ex, we just like slipping all over each other. It's kind of nice.
Friend of mine went to some sort of sauna place with his missus, like one of the weekends away where they've got a sauna in the back.
Aye.
Thing, but it was a communal one for all like the other huts in the area. She pissed on the coals.
Oh, I heard about this.
Aye.
Aye, and no warning to him.
Nah.
Didn't like go, wouldn't it be hot if we did this? And then he's like, tries to attack her off the ledge. She just she made a decision for both of them that they wanted to be in a cloud of ammonia.
Well, she must have known that he would have done it. Because if you want to piss in the hot coals, you're asking the bloke with a cock. Like that's what those are designed for.
Aye.
The person
pissing on coals.
It shouldn't be a woman pissing on the coals. That's so dangerous. You could brand yourself. You could seal yourself shut. You could cauterise the axe wound. It'd be fact. She did it, so she must have known he wouldn't have been okay with it. And that's definitely chemical warfare. That's not.
Aye.
Like that must be. There's scientists out there being like that.
Was she hammered?
Surely.
Was she steaming drunk?
You. Well, even then, like a what?
What's a new fucking meaning to the word steaming drunk?
I
could live a million lifetimes with Natalie and she wouldn't piss on the coals in a sauna.
No.
That is just not in her remit at all.
Does she even pee in front of you?
I seem like I'd be totally capable of that, but I've never done it.
You pissed on Rickett in a sauna.
I didn't aim for the fucking coals though, did I?
You and Rickett literally had a pissing match.
Aye. There's a difference between fucking getting someone with a direct hit with the liquid stream and suicide bombing everybody with a cloud of gas. Alright. I am morally superior for pissing on Ricketts' leg than the girl who pissed on the coals. We're both morally inferior to the rest of the world.
I would say pissing on the coals is worse than shitting in the pool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Aye. I think so.
I mean, I think you could shit in the pool 5 times before it's as bad as pissing. How many poos?
Oh, you'd have to like a solid shit in the pool from inside of the pool is better than pissing on the coals. But a liquid shit from the diving board is worse. Hanging your ass out on the edge of the pool to have diarrhea into it is worse than pissing on the coals.
I don't think if you were a lifeguard and you were at a pool and at the top the guy squatted, are you running up to stop him or are you just waiting until he comes down and then?
I'm blowing the whistle, getting everyone at the pool and phoning the police. I'm passing that cunt on me.
He's good. He's going to jail. You call
Get
the
in the
police.
pool, everyone. We've got a psychopath. There's a psychopath on the high board. He's a risk to everybody and himself. Just everybody go get changed.
I can't believe you let that. Maybe he's just having a bad day.
What am I going to get up the stairs? What am I going to do when I get there?
Spartan kick him. Hand him some toilet paper.
This is shorter.
Well.
Nah.
Aye, you tried. You can hand him some toilet paper.
Would I hand him some toilet paper?
You could hand him some toilet paper. Go up there.
At a height with a man who's hanging his arse off the high diving board. Would I get up and assist him to wipe his bum?
Not assist him to wipe his bum, but I mean, unless he took toilet paper up there, which I don't think he did. Because if he did, how did you not notice a cunt going up to the diving board with some toilet paper? What do you think he was going to do? TP the place?
What do you call that kick where you jump up and do like 2 kicks to the chest?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that just a drop kick?
Aye, drop kick, aye.
I think I'd drop kick him off.
Yeah?
Aye. I don't know, you kind of kick
No, because remember the top diving board is never a diving board. It's always just fucking concrete and sadness up there.
Aye.
Like you got the flippy one, the springy one, and
there's
you
one
got
of them like midway,
and there's like a springy one, and then
there's
like
high dive,
and then they're like just fucking, just jump, cunt.
Did you used to dive off them head first?
No,
the high one.
Nah, never had the courage.
Coward.
Aye, I'd backflip off them, but only to
land on your feet.
My feet.
Aye. You have to you have to put your hands like that. I don't think you like link your hands, but you like do that, and it makes more of like it separates the water away from your head a bit more. Do that.
Not for me.
Nah.
It's like one of the things I got really appreciate the skill that must go into like diving and synchronized diving and all these fucking tumbles and shit. But whenever they score them at the Olympics, I'm like, there's no it's wine tasting. You're making it up. You're going, that's a 4.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Oh, because his heel came out a bit, I think. You know, when he should have been more in.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if his heel's always like that. His heel should have been in. That's the point.
You shouldn't have Olympic sports where you can judge it it should all be like fucking clean cut.
That's not true, because at the Olympics this year, I don't know if you watched the fucking BMX and the skateboarding, but it was absolutely fucking class.
And is that on judgment as well? Is
Yeah.
it not like you get certain points for certain moves?
No, you're thinking of Tony Hawk Pro Skater game.
Yeah, you don't do that.
No. No, oh, you know what? Maybe it is that, and then it's like how well you pull it off. But it was good. But you know what? Maybe that's it for diving. But it's just flip. 9. Like, what went wrong? What bit fucked up? They also have to say what they're doing before they go up there. They call it like the end of a fucking pool game. Like I'm doing the Kentucky Fried backflip.
Oh, so they say what moves they're going to do?
Aye, because it's like a point-based thing to like get up and get.
So they can't just fucking improvise when they're up there?
No, absolutely not. No, it's not jazz. It's strict.
So when you're going up to do the high dive on the diving, you've got to be like, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and then on a pike and fucking land forward. And if you do anything, so even if you do something better, they'll go, no,
I think so.
You did a different thing.
Yeah, and I think you get shot. I think they shoot you midair. I think after they've realised that
you've gone national.
Yeah. Before you even hit the water, they're like, hey, that's not right. That's 2 things he's done incorrectly. So either he's trying to fuck with us, or he's so bad that it's best to put him out of the shit.
The Olympic shooters, the ones that are shooting the divers.
Aye, yeah.
And then they're getting judged. And then if they did differently,
yeah,
someone releases a clear pigeon into the heat. Were you good at skeet shooting when we went? I wasn't in your team.
I was all right. I wasn't as unbelievably good as Big Ali was somehow.
Aye.
And Matthew. But I'm fine. I'm fine with knowing that, you know.
I beat you at table tennis when you were hammered. We were both hammered. But you get to this point of drunk where like you get so confident, and then I beat you at stuff like FIFA and all that, and you denied that I did, and then I beat you at table tennis, and you're still denying it now. Like we could drink like for like, and then you just going off the edge when it comes to competitive sports.
No. But also we played several games yesterday, and I did win most of them while drunk. You beat me once at the end.
When we put that it was a competition, I done a 3 out of 2. I think I'm deceivingly good at table tennis, and you weren't expecting it.
No. I think I lost. I think I'm vastly superior than you are, and I lose concentration because it's so easy for me.
Nah, you couldn't. The competition weighed heavy on your shoulders. You choked.
Well, I don't buckle on.
You're very Spursy at ping pong.
That was mine. It's all on you motherfucker.
I did another podcast, so
aye.
Got it on record.
History's written by the fucking thieves.
And I was very drunk last night. I woke up a little bit confused as to where I was.
I was
very drunk and very high.
I was steaming, and can't imagine how awful that must have been for my friend who came to the show, who's pregnant.
Oh yeah, that's right. We went out last night.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't just come back.
No.
We got high with Anakin.
Yeah, real name.
Grown-ass man called Anakin.
Real name, real bloke's name.
Born in 2001, named after Anakin.
Aye. Dad, a fucking dweeb.
His dad hadn't clicked on that he was going to become the bad guy.
Oh.
Nah, he was a nerd.
Piece of shit.
He was a nerd, he knew.
Aye. That'd be so funny. Be like, I've named my son Zelda. Just half of the nerd world screams.
Just like Link. He's called Link. So we got high with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were talking to these 3 lovely Irish girls who we'd met before in Ireland, who'd like been to a couple of our tour shows, having a nice bit of crack. And then we just got pitch invaded by a really drunk Glaswegian lass who constantly repeated herself.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was trying to react differently to the same stuff that she was saying to see if I could lead it anywhere else. And then she would go back to the beginning.
It's like John Robinson's Dark Room.
It was a Choose Your Own Adventure that kept ending up on page 1, no matter which fucking route that you took. And it was the most frustrating conversation because she was like trying to be nice, but she was going, I wasn't expecting you to be good. When the supporter comes on, me and my friends were just like, this is going to be shit. And then we were really surprised. You were really good. Very incoherently saying that. And then she's like, you should do your own show. And I'm like, I am doing my own show. I'm going to be here on the 27th and 20th. And she's just like, wouldn't register. Going, you totally should though. You should do your own thing. And I'm like, I am. I'm doing that. I'm doing on the thing. And she's like, and then she was like, because we didn't expect you to be good. And I'm just like, this is an awkward conversation anyway that I'm humouring.
Aye.
Right? And you just keep taking us through it over and over and over.
It's very,
over
you're funny
again.
for a girl.
And she was so drunk and she was so like stumbling and slurring her words and just locked in on that. And I was like, but why am I locked in on this? This is your problem? I walked away. I just went back inside.
Aye.
And then
we also got, we got on high with Anakin. And
we got Hyranic after that, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then went up the road to the Duke where...
You know what I liked about that bar?
What?
It was an old man boozer that was being run by young trendy people.
Aye.
And they had just made it a bit artsy. It was like, had all the stamps of an old man boozer.
Man's new town,
like even
baby.
the fireplace, the pool table, like the fucking decor, everything. But then they just went and like put a splash of fucking art on it. And it looked mint. Like they just like... Even above the fireplace, they just lit like a shit ton of candles and just let them melt and melt and melt until there was just this massive amount of melted candle wax on the fireplace.
That was the fucking place where last time I was here, it was clearly changed management since then. But like, one of the bar staff, I was like, can I get a Jaeger bomb? And he was like, no.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, and he was like, no, you can't have Jaeger bombs. And apparently, like, it's a law in fucking Sydney because it's so conservative that you can't have, like, shots after 11 or 10 or something like that. And I didn't know this. He didn't explain himself very well. And then he does explain it. And I'm like, all right, fair enough, man. And I just didn't fucking know. Can I have a gin and tonic then? He's like, absolutely. And I was like, right. So if I were to order a vodka Jägermeister, because a gin and tonic...
Sorry, Jägermeister and Red Bull.
Yeah, like if you're doing me a gin and tonic, that's a shot of gin and tonic. We're just getting rid of the fucking bomb. Could you not do this? I did not like me using any form of logic.
The fact that you are just asking for a mixer. It's the spirit mixer.
Oh man, it's like the types of people where they're so locked into their job that they've learned it from a bit of paper that there's no, humanity left in it. That sort of when you make them veer off of it, they've got that autistic rigidity.
Can you remember that guy who was told to look after that patch of space in the wings of the Rock Nest stage? So the blue tent,
aye,
right, and where I think it was Ben Howard was on, and we're at the back singing along to Ben Howard. There's like wall on artist passes, so allowed backstage, but the security guard had clearly been asked to keep this area clear, and it was just like 10 foot by 10 foot patch of grass,
aye,
right, and then we were stood at the back of that. And if we walked across it, he'd be like, oh, you're not allowed on there, and get you by. And he was just, and I kept dancing onto it. I was like, beep, 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 beep. And he was like, off the grass. But there was no reason for it. Like, we're backstage. We can be over there on the stage. We can be there. We can leave, but you can't walk past this grass. He's been told to watch this bit. And I had so much fun with it because it was like fucking, there was a glitch in the Matrix. I just found this NPC that had the job to do. And I was just fucking activating his job. And he just he wasn't getting any more worked up the more I'd done it.
He was just a motion sensor.
He was just a motion sensor. I found it fucking hilarious. So that bar last night went in, and I just announced myself because you were there with a friend, and they had her husband, to be wed, fiance to be wed, 2 friends, and I didn't know any of them. And I just went in and announced how high I was. I was just saying, just got to give it loads of weed. It's always nice having a spliff afterwards, but sometimes you overdo it.
Aye.
So bear with us.
Whoopsie daisy.
Bear with me as I talk too much for the next 2 hours. And then I talk too much for the next 2 hours.
We got given some shots. We did some photos. Got very drunk. Came back here. Still only halfway through the Chris Rock special.
Did we talk about that last time, or had we not?
Don't think so.
Because he sets up a lot of tired premises, but then goes good places with it, I found.
Aye.
There was times when he was just like, it looked like he was just going to be like boring anti-woke.
Aye.
Like everybody else of his generation, like, and then he actually went to some interesting places with it. That was funny. And I found myself sighing at the setup, like, ugh.
Aye.
And then really laughing once he got into the premise.
I'm enjoying it. I
really want to get up to the bit though when he talks about Will Smith.
Absolutely, that's all you want to see.
Because he's alluded to it a couple of times, but he hasn't, like, it's almost like there's the box on the stage. That he's got his finale, and he keeps just going up to the box. And
that was one of the weirdest sort of like reactions I saw to the Will Smith Chris Rock slap. Was people in the comments being like, "That's how you stand up for your woman," and I'm like, "Oh man, I thought this was just something that we'd all be on the same side of the fence, like politically, like religiously. We're all just like, hey, Will Smith's a piece of shit," and some people are like, "Class, that's how it's done." If somebody insults your woman, no matter what the cost, even for a joke, you fucking slap that motherfucker.
And I bet you a large portion of the people that are saying that'll be like, oh, some people can't take a joke now, everyone's easily offended, snowflakes, they're triggered and all that. And then you're like, and that's how you fucking respond to someone joking, slap them. And you're like, okay, I'm confused at which lane you're in.
Yeah. You spoke to, does Alfie not want to come on our podcast and talk about being cancelled?
He doesn't think it's a good idea. He didn't say no.
Okay. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I understand it, but you know, it's not like we're going to bring him on and be like, "Tell us, has this changed your opinion on Jews?" Like, come on, let's be real, buddy. Come on, let's do this. Say the line. Say like that bit in The Simpsons. Say the line.
It's very funny because I asked him how they're enjoying his racism in Australia, and he just went, "I'm looking forward to Brisbane." They'll probably request that bit. I mean, he's laughing it off, but he's not finding it funny.
No, well, imagine it sucks. It's great. You know, show's still on. Sure, we're still going.
I wonder if that's just the case because he's in Australia and it's like a bit immune to it, but then he gets back home and it's a bit tricky. Who knows?
I mean, maybe we'll see.
I feel like the noise is gone, but I'm not in it.
I imagine when the internet's shouting at you, it sounds like the world is shouting at you.
A lot louder than it is.
And it's when I really do become like a boomer, and I know this opinion's wrong, right? Because I know it's so much more than just people on Twitter saying stuff. It's threats. It's you know, people sending fucking pizzas to your house. Sometimes prank phone calls, phoning up venues. I know it's more than that, but there is this old fucking doddery conservative in me that just goes, turn off your phone.
Aye.
Well, if you're being internet bullied, stop logging onto Facebook. And I know that's so out of date. I know it's not how it works. Yeah. But
it's like if you're getting bullied outside, telling you to stay in the house.
Yeah.
It's like, don't leave the house then. Yeah. You're getting beat up when you walk down the street of the shops.
No, just time it. If you're being outside bullied, go in online, play online for a bit. Then your bully will have to go back to his house to get online to bully you there.
And then you know he's in the house.
Then you know he's in the house.
I mean, that's how dated your opinion is. They have to be in the house to be on the internet. Yeah.
I did the thing that we say that we never should do and we avoid doing. It kind of worked out for the best. We never check our diaries.
No.
Right? We never check our schedules. For several reasons. One, it's not convenient. Like the system we have, it's not good.
It takes a little way. So we use Google Pages, which is essentially a Word document online where if you edit it, it edits on mine. Marlena's and whoever's got access to it. It's a really difficult system to use because if you change something in one column, the fucking alignment in the other column fucks up, right? So like I use it as a read-only file. So I can't add stuff to it if it comes in. But it takes ages to load because if you want to have a look at what you're doing today, it needs to load a Word document that takes you right up until 2024. So it takes like a good 3 minutes and good Wi-Fi to load up.
It's not... So that's one of the reasons we don't look at it. Another reason we don't look at it is just because you'll see how long you've got left on tour and you'll lose your mind a little bit. And it's just very daunting because it's a real number at that point. I go on today. I'm like, I'll just see what time's the show's tonight, what time the show's tomorrow. I'm home on Friday. I didn't realise. I thought I was getting home till next.
I tried to say to you the other day and you batted it away.
Aye.
I was just like, you're on the last leg now.
Yeah.
I'm like, your family are away. You've got these gigs in Sydney. We'll go to Melbourne together. And then you just do a gig in Perth on your way home. 2 gigs in Perth.
Aye.
On your way home. And then like, I have this extra like fucking add-on
How long extra?
till the 8th of May. I get back on the 8th of May, so I think I'm like 3 weeks from now, or like
Okay, so
2.5 weeks or something.
yeah, an extra week and a half.
So I come to Sydney, so I go to Melbourne with you, and then I come back to Sydney and do like a week here, and then I go to Perth, and I'm just doing one gig in Perth.
You have to make sure you go out for Anzac Day. Find somebody in Sydney that's cool that will take you to a good pub and just get $50 out in cash and just get ready to play.
Just gamble at the table.
2 up. No, it's not a table. You stand up.
Huh?
You stand up.
You stand up.
Yeah.
And is this like you can do it in pubs? You can gamble in pubs on Anzac Day?
Yeah. Gambling is illegal the rest of the time in Australia in public
casinos,
places.
Obviously.
Yeah, except for on Anzac Day between sun up and sundown. And so you go into a pub. It's called 2 Up. And there's a host who's normally drunk and normally shouting. And they get people in the audience to come up. And there's 2 coins on a paddle. And if you want to bet on heads, what you do is you take $10 out. You want to bet $10 head. You stick it on your head. You tap your fucking head. And then somebody who wants to bet $10 on tails will come up to you, give you 10. You take both. You keep it on your fucking head. Lock in what they look like. They lock in what you look like. Cunt tosses them up. If it's heads and tails, obviously nobody wins. If it falls off the floor, it doesn't fucking count. But if it's 2 tails, you got to find this cunt, give him your money.
Okay.
And if it's heads, he just fucking stays over there, and you go, "Hey, you fucking white cat! You fucking white cat!
Toss pot.
I fucking wrecked you. You fucking try and get
Come
it back.
and have a go if you think you're hard enough."
You get real. I had such a good time in the 2021 Anzac Day. I can't remember where we were, but Gene and Eric took me out. Jordan was down. We were fucking mullered, and like there was a bunch of my fans who just happened to be in the fucking same bar. And like halfway through the thing, I watched they were fans because they just kept gambling against me. Like anytime I put like 20 on my head, they would be like, "We'll do that, we'll come over." And then they moved up to 50. And then I think by the end of it, one of the guy was just like, "I know who you are, motherfucker,er," with $100 on his head.
Oh no! Did he win it?
I did fucking
nice.
win it.
So
I felt I fucking rinsed those cunts of their fucking money. Like on a pure chance game, I did give them all free tickets to the show though. So
and I'm gonna put it out there that anybody that gets in touch from Sydney, inviting us out with them on Anzac Day, I'll go out with the podcast listeners.
Aye. Oh no! Make sure it's somebody fun. Don't go out with a fucking introvert, man. Go out and be like, right, somebody's going to teach you the game. Get you fucking mullered.
There you go, and filter that shit. Do it.
Aye.
Invite us if you're sound.
I'm going.
That's really sly on people who are just like, "Oh, I'm not that sound."
Aye. Me and Nick Cody are going to a fucking Essendon. I think that's his team. We're going to an Essendon game. 100,000 fans. So like it's the big fucking derby on Anzac Day. And then I think we're going to go find pub to get Larry in. And then I think I'm going to attempt to round off the evening by being cultured with...
Is it a Monday, is it?
I think it's a Tuesday.
Is Anzac Day Monday or Tuesday? Because I'm doing the gala shows on those days, so I'm going to be out anyway.
Aye.
So just whoever I end up with. But I open invite.
Is our fucking podcast older yet?
Ish, we're 52 minutes in. And...
No, the fucking live show, Jesus.
Oh, I thought you said the podcast over. I thought you were fucking...
Is the podcast sold out yet?
I thought you were just fucking like, this show.
This sucks. Oh, God. Like, it's the equivalent of when a comedian checks his watch on stage.
I hate that. Oh,
I have to sometimes because I'm overrunning. But God, I feel like a piece of shit when I'm like halfway through. I'm like, gee, because I just know the timings of my bits. And I'm like, I need to be aware of...
Do you know factor in? That's something factor into bits. Like when I'm mopping spunk off the floor with my finger ready to taste it, I can see me watch at that angle.
Right.
And I do that. And there was when I had the man of the house picture and I was holding that up, I could see me watch. Because I think if you like knowingly look at it. Sometimes like if I get over the end of a bit and I know I've got a bit more time and I don't have a link to do the final joke, you know, if I'm doing a 10 spot or something, I'll look at my watch and go, I've got time to tell you this. And then do it as oh good. Rather than like, is it done yet? So the podcast sold really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So the dads claimed their tickets. So we had a certain amount set aside for dads, and about a third of them were used. And then we had a discount code set away for same seats, and I think the majority of them were used. And then the rest of the tickets sold. And Molly and I was like, "Can we get the ones that we've got held and sell them?" So there ended up being about like 27 tickets put back on sale.
Scum. 26 regulars.
Huh?
26 just regular people.
Just regular folk. But like they might listen to the podcast but just not be on the perks. So there could be Muggle Corner or there could just be Monday listeners, Wednesday listeners. As it is.
Okay. Right. That's good.
But I think we have got a few just randos from when we Instagrammed it.
Oh, what we say? Okay, understood.
But I think like we've got a fair amount who already listen to it.
What make guess the demographic of our fans in Australia that are coming to the show, and I'm talking what percentage genders, what percentage Caucasian,
Right, 100% white.
100% white. Not even one.
In Australia and Melbourne. I think if we're in America, it would be different.
Yeah, if Sid and Rooney were out here.
Hi. I think girls in their 20s with colourful hair.
Yeah, that's. I think
couples who bond over. Couples who survive Jigsaw.
Yeah. But be honest. I want you to be really honest here. And this is a difficult question, but that's what real journalism is. What's going to be the average rating of them, looks wise?
I'm going to have no resentment being married. I'm not going to be looking out again. We would be fishing with dynamite. And I'm going to be looking out to a bunch of people that would be looking back going, mate, wouldn't fuck you anyway, I'd just think you're funny. We've just got Stockholm Syndrome from listening to you for fucking 7-8 years.
I reckon I could bang 80% of the women that listen to this podcast and 75% of the men.
I reckon that they would have too much respect for Cara.
This is always in a universe where she's dead.
You'd break their heart by being that guy.
I'd break my own heart by being that guy. No, but this is always in a universe where she's dead, killed herself because of all my cheating.
Are there people out there who are getting laid because of their podcast? Are people sleeping with their podcast listeners?
Absolutely.
There seems something way more creepy about that than like sleeping with fans of comedy.
There's well, first of all, Brendan Shaw and everyone on his podcast is getting cheating and getting laid from their podcast. Definitely the fucking Skankfest people. That's like the New York podcast, Harry Shafir and fucking Big J Okerson. And fucking there's another one, I can't remember his fucking name. Less so in the UK, I don't think. We don't really have any cool podcasts over here. It's like no such thing as a fish, off menu. Have a word. They're all in relationships. If they're getting laid, they're dogs.
Dead men talking. And Freddie Quinn's getting some puss.
Nah. Is he fuck? No way.
Right, Freddie Quinn's just going on fucking just been doing graphic pedo stuff and then getting laid off the back of it, you know, right? I reckon he is.
Aye?
I don't know.
He's slinging it about. I reckon Chris Ramsey gets hella puss.
Oh yeah, I bet he does. Co-host.
What a horrible...
Co-host. I was going with the co-host.
Okay,
like us.
Aye.
Same as us. What about Dave Logley and Eddie Who?
I reckon they're like shagging each other fucking plenty.
What else we got? 2 G's in the pod.
Yeah, both of them slinging it wild.
Clear and Oblivious.
Couldn't even draw a fanny.
I love that puts everything on Cullen because you've just said 2 G's in the pod are slinging it wild. And one of them's the co-host of Clear and Oblivious who are getting nothing from that one.
I get it. I would understand like there would definitely be if it would be fucking weird. I think it'd be weirder for us to fuck the fans because they would be like, oh my god, like
I think you're given, in a podcast, you're given so much of yourself for nothing in return.
I wonder how many of them are reacting to this the same way that me and Natalie react to the concept of having sex with each other or being intimate in any way, and just me and you talking about fucking our fads. Like, all these people who are our dads are like, boys, please.
Right.
But there are also some thirsty fucking gays out there, so don't you be pretending for a second you wouldn't be thrilled if Cara died and I grieved in a very homosexual way. You want to see these feet? I fucking know you do.
How many people do you think's wanked over you? Men and women?
Ever?
Aye.
I would like to think that it's more than most people, definitely more than your average person. Like, I think there are more people have wanked over me than like just generally like hot people. Is it arrogant to say definitely over 1,000?
You think over 1,000?
Fuck, I got 300 Instagram fucking followers. Like, we do what, 100,000 on tour, maybe more, 150 on tour. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's people that come and see me, and
then you have got a lot of people who feel like they're connected to you emotionally, which I feel like that counts for more than like just a fucking topless pic online or something like that.
There was like people. There used to be that website where there was like fan fiction about, you know, what, it was like an anonymous thing where people would talk about how much they wanted to fuck certain comedians and what they do to them, and there was a lot of excerpts about me.
Was there?
Oh yeah, not as many as like fucking Joel Dommett, Ramsey, Sterling, the lot.
We should find that and read them out on the podcast.
I've tried looking for it. I cannot find it. If anyone's, I don't even know if it was on like fucking Reddit or if it was on fucking Tumblr, but there was just this. It was like a picture of the comedian and then just like a quote of what they would do to them over the face. It was vulgar and funny and very, very fulfilling. Aye.
And we're closing on that because...
how many people do you think have wanked over you?
Oh, like probably just like... just the ones that I've been on the phone with when they've done it. just the calm girls. Live Jasmine. No, I don't think it's many. I don't think there's a great deal.
If you do masturbate over me, and you, here's a gift for you. Keep going. Keep going. It's just for them. Just doing it.
It's really awkward for me though. It's
fine. But don't break eye contact with me.
Because bear in mind, like we've got all this tech.
I said don't break eye
contact.
We've got
tech. We've got a camera up, but like take that out of the way. It's just me and you in a room. If you're gonna start talking dirty, it's like
no, I'm giving them joy. Jerk off instructions, and this works if you got a fanny as well. Keep going. Now go faster. Now go slow. Now stop. That was me. That was Kai. I was told about this. Hey, keep going. I didn't say stop. Oh no, I did say stop, didn't I? Now go again. Faster. Right. Faster.
Now ram your fingers down your throat.
Yeah, not those fingers. I didn't say stop. Oh, Simon didn't say finger yourself. So you lose.
There we go. That's 2001.
Now come. Hope that helped.
Right, so that's a podcast.
Yep, and the jerk off instructions.
Mm-hmm. I had everything. That. Except like punchlines.
I don't think people come here for punchlines.
See you at the live pod.